Good morning. You already mentioned that the CERB and the wage subsidy can't both be received by people. How do you see them sort of complementing each other or working together? And are you not worried that workers are sort of going to be caught in the middle and many of them are going to end up having to pay one or the other of them back?
The wage subsidy and the CERB are designed to support workers, to support people who've lost their paychecks. For someone who's lost their job, whose employers can't hire them back with the wage subsidy, the CERB is there to give them $500 a week, $2,000 a month, so that they can pay for their groceries and make through this tough time while they're not receiving any sort of paycheck. But we also realized that it is really important for restoring our economic activity to full potential as quickly as possible, that ideally people stay connected to their jobs, that they stay connected with their employers. And that's why we're facilitating a wage subsidy up to 75%, that is up to $847 a week, that will go through the employers so that people can stay on the payroll and stay connected to their job so they have confidence that they'll have that job when we have time, when we're at the time to come back as an economy. These are two different measures that aim to do the same sorts of things, make sure families and workers are able to make it through this time while doing the right things to keep themselves safe and to make sure our economy comes back strong. But it is one or the other. Because of the uncertainty, because of the application process, it is possible that people will have received both the CERB and the wage subsidy. In that case, they will have to, over the course of the coming months, pay one of them back. So people should keep that in mind, that if you're getting both, you should probably put one of them aside so that you can pay that back and you don't get overly challenged with that down the road. But we recognize that getting money out to people quickly and strongly, reliably, was the most important thing, and that's what we did. We'll figure out the next steps as we go and make sure that it's fair for everyone.
We created two programs to help those who lost a paycheck. First, the Canadian Universal Benefits that was giving $2,000 per month for those who lost their job. But we knew that ideally people would keep their job in order to get back strongly when the economy would return. So we wanted to keep this link between the employer and the employee. And that's why we've brought the salary or the wage subsidy. We would send 75% of the wage the value of the wage to the employers in order for them to continue to pay up to $847 per week per employee, so that when the economy will resume, people will still have their link with their job and they know that they will have a job waiting for them. But those two measures are one or the other. So with the application or the request, it's normal that people receive both offers, but people will have to pay probably the Canadian emergency benefit if you get both. So put this money aside and we will sell this in the months coming. But for now, we made a choice that we wanted to send the money to people in a way that was safe and quick, as quickly as possible, and that's what we did.
Following up, Mia?
Yeah. Do you envision then that many of the people who've already started applying for and receiving the CERB will suddenly be transferred over to the wage subsidy? And is that not very complicated? And are there sort of things within the program to try and prevent double payments so that there isn't confusion about who has to pay what back?
The government agencies have a clear record of who gets what that will obviously help in sorting this out in the coming months. The wage subsidy is retroactive to March 15th, but as of the date that the CERB came in, a number of people didn't know if or whether they were going to get an eventual wage subsidy, and so applied for it. the CERB is coming up on a reapplication moment, and if people are receiving that wage subsidy, they shouldn't reapply for the CERB, the Emergency Response Benefit. It is a situation that is complex, but it is administered by different processes within government that are clear to keep separate. If you apply through your employer if the employer applies for the wage subsidy, that money will flow for you, and you no longer need to apply for the CERB. You no longer qualify for the CERB. Okay.
It's a situation where we wanted to make sure that people would get money quickly, and that's why we came up with the emergency benefit. But as people were getting the wage subsidy, they no longer needed the emergency response benefit, so they won't apply for that one. And we have pretty robust systems in the government to know who got what, who got both subsidies or benefits, and will have to repay back eventually. But for now, we made a choice to send more money to more people during this emergency period because we know people need support. We knew that we had to make a choice, and that choice to send more money as quickly as possible was the right choice for the economy. And we will figure out the next stages together in how to regulate this.